All right, so you want to talk atmosphere? We're diving deep into Blank today.
The sci-fi horror flick everyone's been whispering about.
Whisper right. It's all about that subtle creepiness, from what I hear.
And we've got a review here that seems to agree.
They're raving about the sound design, those little unsettling noises.
The ones that make you wonder if you really heard anything at all.
Exactly. And then that silence they use, it's like weaponized quiet. Gives me chills just thinking about it.
Silence is interesting in horror. It's not just the absence of sound.
It's like the anticipation. Right. Waiting for the other shoe to drop.
You said it. And Blank seems to be using it to make those creepy little sounds hit even harder.
So creating this constant tension, this feeling like something's not quite right.
Precisely. And that minimalist aesthetic they're going for just adds to that.
Oh, absolutely. Muted colors, those stark visuals, it all adds to the unsettling vibe.
It's like the Babadook, right? There's that same kind of dread that comes from what you don't see.
100%. They're playing with those primal fears, the things that go bump in the night. Or at least we think they do.
And the way they're using the camera, all those close-ups, the point of view shots.
Oh yeah, the review mentioned some really interesting camera work.
It's like they're trying to put you right there in the protagonist's headspace.
Totally. So you're not just watching the horror, you're experiencing it through their eyes.
Exactly. Think about those classic Hitchcock films, where a close-up on a character's face tells you everything you need to know about their mental state.
Oh, for sure. It's so effective.
And using those point of view shots, that's horror movie 101 for a reason. It just pulls you in deeper.
You know that scene they described in the review, where the protagonist is searching for their phone in the dark? Can you imagine experiencing that through their eyes, with the camera as your only guide?
Oh man, totally. You'd be just as terrified as they are.
See, this is where things get really wild. They're using AI-generated imagery and text throughout the film.
Oh wow. Now that's a creative way to mess with people.
Right. It's like tapping into this primal fear we all have about AI, this idea that technology is encroaching on our humanity.
Which is especially interesting because the main character is a writer.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that. So it's not just about AI taking over the world, it's about AI infiltrating creativity, which is something we consider uniquely human.
And the review mentioned it all takes place in a single location.
It does, which seems like it would just amp up the tension,
Yeah.
right? Being trapped, not just physically, but also creatively.
A single location horror movie, done right, can be claustrophobic and intense.
Oh, tell me about it. I get claustrophobic just thinking about it.
It's like the walls are closing in on you, both literally and figuratively.
And on top of all that, the review praised the performances. They said the lead actress is fantastic.
Oh, good acting is essential, especially when you're trying to portray those subtle nuances of fear and paranoia.
Right. And they even called out the AI voice actor, which, let's be real, that's not always a home run.
It's true, but when it's done well, it's chilling. To make an AI character believable, relatable even, that takes skill.
Totally agree. So even if the story itself might have some familiar elements, it sounds like Blank more than makes up for it with its execution.
Yeah, it sounds like it's one of those films that really gets under your skin and stays with you long after the credits roll.
Exactly. It makes you think, which is always a good thing. So for anyone listening who loves horror that's more than just jump scares, that really messes with your head.
Blank sounds like it's right up your alley.
Absolutely. Just maybe don't watch it alone.
Or with your smart devices too close by.